Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Any position works. You just want to find something that you feel a sense of sturdiness, where you're not with an upright back, and you don't really want to move around during the practice too much. You just want to find something comfortable, but you can lie down if you need to. You can even sit in a chair. Just find what works for you. This is also an open eye meditation practice. However, if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed, feel free to do so. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, go ahead and just drop them away from the screen and look gently down at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing anything, but we're also not blurry and buzzy. We just have a nice, light, clear gaze directed gently downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable seated position, and your eyes are open and down. Just settle here as if there was absolutely nothing to do. Nowhere to go, nothing to accomplish, no one to become, no mind to clear. There's nothing to do. Are you breathing? How do you know? Where did you have to go to answer that question? Wherever that place was or is, rest your attention there with the breath. It could be in the nose, the upper chest, the abdomen, or the lower belly. Just rest your attention with the breath and allow everything else to be exactly as it is. Simple. And I'm probably catching you thinking now. Just a few seconds ago, you decided to pay attention to breathing. But then the whole project was lost because then you started planning something, worrying about something, talking to yourself in your head, forgetting the entire project. This is why you suffer. It's why we all suffer. Because we're not attentive to where our life always is, which is here and now. So the practice is simple. Return to the present by bringing your attention to something that only happens now, like the breath. When you notice that you're lost again, just gently come back to breathing again and again. Come back. Come back to breathing. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Let your thoughts continue on just as they want to. Simply remain with the breath. Maybe I'm catching you thinking again. But instead of returning to the breath here, go to the place that your thoughts are talking to. What exactly are your thoughts talking to? Is it findable? Is there a there there? In the same way you found the breath, find the one thoughts are talking to. Find the one who hears this voice. Look carefully. Look for the looker. What sits here? If you come up with an answer, you're a million miles away, and you're just lost again. But if you don't understand this question, stay. Let that don't know space open up. Stay not understanding. Stay completely and totally free from cognition, unknowing, and rest. All right, you can look at the screen. We have a question today. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? There's actually two questions here that are the same question, so I'm going to read both of them. First one is, amazing channel you have, heart, heart, heart. Thank you. It's not me, though. My question is, how can I love myself better? And the other question, which is very related, is, hello, Nathan. Thank you for these perfect practices. Goodness, I don't know if they're perfect. I have a question. I've been working on self-love for about 4 or 5 months. There's something I am confused about. We have an inner child, and I realize this is thinking too. So what do we going to do about it? Let's let it go or heal it. Okay. Well, maybe they're not totally related. Well, the first question, self-love, inner child, heal about it. Okay. Well, I have a friend who, when I first started practicing, I met him in where I was living, and we started practicing together a lot. We would go out into the woods, into this retreat place, and spend a few days there in total silence and doing meditation retreats together, very intense meditation retreats together. And he ended up, about a year ago, leaving the world and became a monk under a teacher called Ajahn Brahm, as a teacher out of Australia. Really great teacher. Now I say this because his teacher, Ajahn Brahm, has a great story he tells for struggling with self-love, self-acceptance, and these kind of things. Even this inner child you speak of, like, should we heal it or let it go? And he talks about his teacher, Ajahn Chah, which is a very famous Buddhist teacher, sent him to Australia to start a monastery there. And it's called Bodhiana Monastery. But he built this place, Ajahn Brahm built this place by hand. And as he was building, he would make different buildings, and there was one particular time where he had to build a wall. And so he spent a lot of time building this wall. And he leveled it perfectly. He made every little thing perfect. He kind of had this perfectionist attitude where, and maybe this comes from self-love, but he got the whole wall sorted, and he said it was absolutely perfect. Until he started, one day he looked at the wall after he was complete and saw right in the middle 2 bricks that were like this. They were in there, but they were just slightly off. And this was a big problem for him. He was so embarrassed by it. And in fact, when he would have people come to the monastery and he would tour the monastery, he would actively avoid the wall because he was so irritated about these 2 bad bricks. And he said that it was so bad that he would even dream about the wall. He wanted to blow the whole thing up and do it again. He wanted to tear it down and start from scratch. And one day he brought a friend, I think another monk, to tour the monastery. And he took him by this wall kind of on accident. And the monk said, "Oh, what a lovely wall. You built this." He's like, "Yes." But he's like, "Are you blind? Don't you see the 2 bricks in the middle that are skewed? I completely messed it up." And his monk friend said, "Yes, I saw those 2 bricks. But I also see the 99 other perfectly laid bricks." And for Ajahn Brahm, this was a big realization that he was fixating on the 2 bad bricks and not seeing all the other bricks that were just absolutely perfect. And so with us in our life, this is how we talk to ourselves. Like, I do this all the time. Like yesterday, I didn't work out. I have this goal to work out every day. And yesterday I didn't do it. So I'm like, gosh. And in my mind, it's like, oh, I'm just so lazy, Nathan. You're never gonna get to your goal if you're just lazy, blah, blah, blah. Angry. Or I get angry about something and I'm like, God, how could you do that? You teach meditation. You still get angry at things? Yes, I do. But that's focusing on those bad bricks. And when you stop, really in a point to self-love is learning or seeing the big picture and seeing all the other bricks that aren't bad. And once you notice all those bad bricks that you call bad aren't that bad either. You're a human being. Nobody's ever seen a perfectly straight tree that's just a perfect tree with no blemishes. No. A beautiful tree has blemishes, scars, knots, and weird branches. They go everywhere, but they're all perfect. So self-love begins by first off seeing all the wonderful bricks, but then accepting the bad ones and laughing at it. You just don't want to be too serious about yourself. It's not a way to live. And the truth is, the mind will always tell you about your faults because the mind is this problem-solving machine. It is a product of evolution. It will continue to say what is wrong with you because it wants to solve problems. So the first thing about this self-love thing is learn to accept what you are. See how great you really are too. And start actively naming the things that you love about yourself. Now, of course, some people may say, there's nothing I love about myself. Think about it. But the other part of this self-love thing is learning to leave thinking alone. That's why we're here in this practice. This is all we're doing, is we're learning to leave thoughts alone. Let them do what they want. What is it that sees thinking? What is it that's really here? Am I this person with bad bricks? What is this? Who are you? Everything's perfectly imperfect, and no need to be so serious and a perfectionist. And honestly, I say this out loud, and it's advice I personally need to take. I do it too. But I know it's silly, and it's all the product of thinking. So love yourself by letting go of yourself. See what you really are, the big picture, the 100 other perfectly laid bricks. Now, I hope that helps. And all credit goes to Ajahn Brahm for that story. And by the way, this is not a plug. What's the word? What's the word when people plug? It's a plug when people plug information. He has a great book called, I think this story is in his book, Opening the Door to Your Heart. Great book. Very basic principles. It's not overly Buddhist. It's very great life principles on how to live a good life. And in that story, in that book is, I think, this story. It's either in that book or it's in the other one, Who Ordered This Truckload of Shit? Oh, I think they renamed it. It's Who Ordered This Truckload of Dung? Yeah, the original was shit, but people didn't like that. So it's Ajahn Brahm, Who Ordered This Truckload of Dung? It might be in that book too. But I hope it helps. And let me know if you have any other questions. And thank you everyone for showing up today. It is always a pleasure to do this with you. We all have bad bricks, me included, especially me, I would say. But that's why we practice every day. We practice every day to wake up from that illusion. So join the Attentive Mind. And I make a video like this every single day to help assist you and to also assist myself on a daily practice. And again, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments below and I'll answer it. Thank you for showing up today, and thank you for showing up for your life. And as always, and without exception, I will see you tomorrow.